Okay, so on our way to Drad, we are going to stop in Chanthaburi to visit our friend Bill. We've been meaning to visit him anyway. We're going to have lunch there. He's only about an hour from our destination anyway, I believe. About an hour, maybe a little bit longer. We're driving in some country now. I think this is the way we would have went anyway, right?
Mm-hmm. Good.
There's Bill.
Good
How
to
you
see
doing?
you. Good to see you.
Good seeing you. Sweaty up.
This is Chris, my girlfriend.
Sweaty, how are you?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Gift.
How do you
Chris. Hello.
You're not far from the ocean at all, right? You got the ocean right over here, the beach.
That way.
I like it. I didn't realize you were so close to the ocean.
Yeah, we're about from the water line to here is about 500 meters.
Wow.
And behind us is a mountain, but that's National Park.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of, the only real wildlife we get is snakes. Yeah, no, we got rid of the fall. No. And I'll show you. You see, I have all these open drains, and I'll explain that in a minute. But we just got finished cementing everything in. So there's no cracks and croonies so the snakes will get in there and making a nest, you know.
Oh, so you did have a snake problem.
We did have, yeah. And it wasn't exactly a small one either. So it was a lot of work doing the whole
What kind of snakes were they?
cobra and
shit.
viper.
Now, how many rye of land is this?
6.
6 rye.
So this side here is mulberry and mulberry mango trees
Wow.
here. But originally, because of we're at the foothill of the mountain basically, it was such a slope that during rainy seasons washing away all the topsoil. So that's why all the different levels. That's what took all the time. Excavating,
Yeah.
you know. Which is why now I have all these drains here, everywhere. So I collect all the water that falls on the land, the house, everywhere, and it goes into the reservoir that I had built that I told you about.
You have your workers, they live out here also?
Yeah, my one worker.
Your one
So
worker.
that's why we've been busy because we have the mangoes coming in, figs coming in.
Durian tree, huh?
แล้วมันจะใหญ่ก็เดือน4ใช่ไหม
Put down a lot of olives.
Oh, so this is an olive tree here.
Then we have these are a particular type of flowers because we raise bees.
So this is your workshop.
Yeah, where I work and all my tools and things are inside. And then what you see here is a worm farm. So if you come this way, we collect. You see the worm. See him?
Yeah. So what do you collect them for?
Their waste is fertilizer,
Okay.
right? And you'll be surprised how much you get. It's one of the best fertilizers you can have.
Oh, wow.
That's all worm poop.
Okay.
And we have 1, 2, 3. This is 4, 5 containers. Oh, we're getting so much, and the worms are producing other worms, right? So this next time around, this is their food is cow manure, and they eat that, and that's the water from the cow manure, which we also use as a fertilizer. We have to make our own fertilizer
Because you're organic.
because we're organic and we're licensed by the government here, Organic Thailand, and they come and inspect.
Right.
Whenever
And
they want
you sell what? So many different types of trees, right? Little trees to
Right. We craft them, and then we put them in the nursery after they are rooted, and after then we put them in nursery, and then when they're about 80 centimeters or 1 meter tall, and then we put them up for sale. Yeah. The leaves we get, and this is like a big blender, and we chop them up, and then here are some of them already chopped up, as you see. And then over the soil underneath the trees, so that the soil doesn't dry out from the sun and the heat. It also acts as a fertilizer as well.
wow.
No, this is one of my workers.
Swaddy cup.
He was just cutting bamboo, and then he makes them into these stakes, as you see on the left. So the different plants that we have that are maybe 80 centimeters, you stick it in the soil and they have something to support.
And that's when you ship them out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a stove that I once made. You just have to put the burners in it, basically, hook it up with gas. And I had a barbecue on this side. This one I was living in a small house here doing the construction, and we were cooking here.
That's right. So you built your house over there yourself.
Yeah.
How long you been here?
6 years.
6 years on this property?
And then we just got finished this roof here.
So is this your outhouse?
Yeah, this is our house for like workers come here, and he lives here, so he uses this because he doesn't want to sleep in the small house. Don't ask me why. He sleeps on the table over there. That's what he wants. He's like a man of the jungle, you know.
Yep.
And this is the first greenhouse I had made, and this is some of the fig trees. We have more greenhouses of fig trees, and you can see how this is just starting. This one is from Iraq.
From Iraq?
Yeah, that one's from Iraq. We have from Italy, France, America, Turkey. These are the ones I had very first planted.
How many greenhouses do you have?
4 now.
You can.
What do you call this?
Fig, Medora.
But in Thailand, it's most I saw in the
But you see
jungle,
this one
no?
this is from Turkey. You see how the bottom is open? And this is the first ones I had bought. And the problem is that ants get in and then they can spoil, you know.
Can you open? I think inside like a flower.
But it's not, this
Yeah,
one's
look
not
like
good,
a
you
flower.
see?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then you can eat this.
yeah. But this is not ripe, it's not so
Yeah.
good. I just wanted to show,
Yeah.
you know.
One smell.
Yeah.
Feel good. Yeah, we can eat. When I'm little girl, it's in my
In the jungle,
grandpa-
right?
In the jungle.
But
Most
the
of them.
small one.
Yeah, it's small. I
Right.
never eat that, but I remember when I'm little girl, I eat this.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, you're still little, but now you're a lady.
So we had just up until last week, we had a lot of work going on. This was being built, all the cement work, and where the ball and arm is. This is picano, chilies.
Chili. Yeah, my mom grow this.
Spicy?
Oh yeah,
This one spicy too, but another one, the small one,
small one, tiny,
Very-
tiny. Yeah.
very อะไรนะเผ็ดมากๆอ่ะ
Very spicy.
Yeah, very spicy.
So this tree here is a Japanese mango tree.
Who takes care of all of this?
We do.
You do.
Me, the guy, Chris does all the computer work. A couple of coconut trees.
Oh, look at that big banana.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's, wait, Way home.
You speak fluent Thai.
Yeah.
And you've been here since 71, if I remember, right? Correctly? Was it 71?
I originally came here in 67.
67, okay.
Yeah. There's two greenhouses with fig trees.
So this was your big project right here.
Yeah. So we just finished this only like 7 days ago. And I filled it up with water from, I have 3 wells. And I pumped out and put it in. How it became this big was, initially we were digging out, we had 2 huge backhoes, you know? And as we were digging, then during the night or whatever, the walls were falling, even though we hadn't cut down, you know? And it kept on happening to reach this point. So I had to do something because I would have went into the other guy's property, you know? So I says, okay, we have to concrete it in. And that's what happened.
A lot of concrete there.
There was a lot of soil coming out of there too, because that's from where we're standing to the bottom there is 9 to 10 meters.
So how much water does this hold, do you know?
In liters, I have no idea. I have no idea.
In meters, what?
What size
Meters,
you mean?
height. How high is this?
The water will come up to about, let's just call it 8 meters. It won't come up any higher than this because it's lower there. So
Okay.
rainy season, when we have a big rain, it would overflow into that land back there, which is just jungle. Okay?
During the rainy season, this fills up and overflows.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. But you see all these drains that
I
have
see
to-
that. But now, do you get runoff then from the mountain to your property, or is that just
Believe it
from
or
your
not,
property?
No, we actually don't, which is surprising, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
That's a big reservoir.
Yeah. Actually, who has a problem is a little bit further down. We're at the highest point when you came in. Coming in this direction, you came up and you hit
Right.
the top, and that was we were. But the lower level, it runs off. It's like a valley of the mountain, if you will, and it goes into their property down there.
And then you just use this as your irrigation all year long,
Correct.
right? And,
Correct.
Wow.
Correct. Yeah, and if ever runs low, I just pump out for my.
Now, do you have any desire to put fish in here and have fish?
No. You know why?
Make a fishing pond?
Because snakes like to eat fish. Monitor lizards like to eat fish. You know monitor lizards? Real big ones.
Yeah.
We caught one here already. It was in this pipe here.
So that'll just create a huge problem for you.
Yeah, I don't want them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your property line starts over there,
Yeah,
or
we-
ends over there rather, and then goes right around here
Yeah, to that fence.
to this fence, and then goes all the way
up
up where we first entered. Okay.
And you can see how high. There's about 8 to 9 meter height difference between
Yeah, from where the house
to
is.
here.
This is a very beautiful area. When we were driving in, first I'm like, oh, this is all country and everything. And then when we seen the sea, the beach, we're like, wow.
Pristine, actually.
Yeah, and there's a lot of folks come visit here for that, right?
Weekends,
Weekends.
yeah.
Where do they come from? Bangkok mainly?
Yeah, mostly Bangkok and some other places up in the northeast, the Khao Yai area.
Right. There's a lot of resorts around here and everything.
Yeah.
So what is this area considered that we're in?
Chao Lao.
Chao Lao?
Chao Lao. This here, what you see is all fresh garbage, all waste. And what we do is, once one is filled up, just leave it, go to the next, so forth, so on. Then we come back here, and it's already fertilized and so forth. We take it over here. And we soak it up, basically. Okay, and this liquid, if you will become fertilizer as well, so composting.
So you're constantly trying to make fertilizer to take care of, to grow your plants and everything.
Different types of fertilizer, yeah. And this is avocado trees. A total of 7 on the land. And this we have to replenish again. You can see here, it's a vegetation that you will see in some of the canals that floats on the top. We call it, in Thai they call it na, and it gives nitrogen to the plants, right? So it helps to get some oxygen, nitrogen into the soil, right? It got a little bit destroyed basically, so I have to clean it all out and start again.
How many hours a day do you think you put into working here?
Well, minimum 8.
And is that 5-6 days a week, 7 days a week?
7 days a week. Some days are easier.
Yeah. And you guys ship all over Thailand right now, right?
Yeah.
And you got a lot of requests.
Oh, yeah. We have how many followers? More than 70,000 right now.
More than 70,000 followers.
Yeah, ask Chris what it is now.
And most of them buy from you guys?
I would say at least 60%, 70%. And they all, because we have, Chris also does educational videos
Okay. And this is on Facebook, right?
on Facebook.
And I'll put a link to that Facebook in the description below. That also has information on how to contact you guys, and if they're interested in purchasing
Yes.
some of these plants and everything, you ship them straight to them.
Yeah, right.
And it's usually an overnight or sometimes same day.
Bangkok and a lot of other ones, even Hua Hin as an example. Get them the next day.
Yeah. Now, do you get businesses also buy from you, or do you just get
No, just mostly private.
mostly private?
When you have organic farm, our biggest problem is insects, right? We can't use chemicals to get rid of the insects. So we learned that, well, you need to know your bad and your good insects, right? So then they say, okay, go take this 3-day course. It's all by the government here. And we went there and we did a 3-day. And you learn about now, how do we get these insects? Oh, we'll give them to you.
So the government gives you the
Yeah.
insects you need. Wow.
It's amazing how much is available. I'm telling you.
Wow. And nice and cool in here too.
I have the air conditioner.
Look at this. And I love this kitchen. Wow.
This is all redwood.
All redwood.
All redwood.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
and
costs a pretty
what
penny.
you see here is redwood. And originally, it's all old redwood, used old, right? And these came from a Thai house. There were the stilts underneath the house, the Thai house. I split them up and put them here.
You made this table?
Yeah, it came from a tree that I had to cut down here that I originally planted. And the guys that took it in from Kaoyai, right? They planted it too deep. And then rainy season came in and rotted out all the roots, and the tree died. So I cut it. This room, our bedroom with an in-suite.
Look at these beautiful views. Wow. This is just amazing.
Well, normally right now, she wakes up way before I get up out of bed now. She's up at 5.
Do the meditation every morning and night.
And how long do you do the meditation for?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. And it's
Transcendental meditation.
very good. Thank you for showing us your house.
These walls are 28 centimeters thick, okay? So I put a cinder block outside, inside, and you have a void in the center. So any void is insulation. It also is a very good space to put all your electrical water pipes in and so forth, so on, and do that. So not just the exterior walls, but even the interior walls are like that. So it's like even the roof, it's that the shingles that we have, like you see over there, they're SCG shingles. They're each one is quite heavy. So because of the weight, we use structural steel for the roof, I-beams, quite large. When this was being built, everybody said, what the heck is this guy building I-beams, right? But we could be here. Last night we had heavy wind and big rain. We never knew.
Here is lunch. This looks like squid, am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Then that's a crab fried rice, you say?
crab, yeah.
Crab fried rice. And is that, what's that?
So,
Basil? Pork and basil, right?
yes.
Sea bass?
Sea bass.
Sea bass? Okay, that's sea bass.
Babe,
Yeah.
Very
you
good.
could come around. In Phuket, when I was living in Phuket, I went to the Bangkok hospital for my physical. And part of the physical, I had to go to for the drawing
Blood test.
my blood test. And she was there to draw blood. But actually, you could tell the rest.
So you're a nurse?
Pediatric nurse.
Okay.
But, I used to do a lot of injection or start IV for babies. So at that day, I was in the IV team in case that any department they cannot start IV or injection for
You
intravenous.
weren't fully staffed.
So the policy of the hospital said that a nurse can give start IV only one time. If you fail, you have to change a nurse. So I stand by, and that day they called me to help open to get your blood for examination.
Right, and then when I came in and she was going to take my blood, she started talking me up and wanted to know my phone number, wanted me to know.
I don't believe that, but anyway. I believe it was the other way around.
Well, it's one of the few times, quite honestly, that I had my blood taken and I never felt anything. You know, normally you get a pinch or sometimes
You were a little
don't-
distracted, let's say.
Yeah, and sometimes much more than that. And she went in and said, okay, we're all set. I said, you gotta be kidding me.
Do it again.
This works. I said, okay.
Very interesting story. Again, it was great meeting you. We've been looking forward to meeting you for quite a while now, ever since Bill actually came and visited us. So tell me about how folks would get your information about your organic, everything you guys do. How do they get that? And you also post videos, right?
Yes, so we start from the thing we normally eat, so something we can plant ourselves, and other than that, we the thing that more than we need, we sell some, and we put the video on like mostly in how-to or garden tip, things like that, and mostly our audience are like housewife. Yeah, and so they like to share and that information, and I start from the problem that we got before, and I figure out a way to solve the problem. So some people got the same problem as we got.
So you're basically sharing all of your knowledge and information with your viewers
Yes, yes.
on how to and lessons learned.
Yes, and we don't sell a lot, like sell. We show a lot. The thing that we have, like blueberries, raspberries, fig trees, or lemon trees. So the people saw the video and they just asked, do you have that trees? So yes, and we sell the fertilizer, liquid fertilizer that we made our own. It's organic. So they see the outcome of that fertilizer, so they want to buy it.
When you do the educational videos.
Yes.
That's very good. Now, do you do that only in Thai or in English as well?
In Thai. Sometimes we do live. We have some foreigner audience. I can switch to
Okay. How often do
Where
you...
the foreigners are from?
some Canada, USA, UK, Australia, New Zealand.
So you do have an audience, you do have a foreign audience
Yes,
as well.
yes.
How often do you go live?
I try to do once a week.
Once a
but-
week? Is there a
yes.
special day and a special time?
I try to do on Saturday night.
At what
but
time?
sometime- it's about 5 o'clock.
Oh, 5 p.m. Thailand time, Saturday night.
Yes.
Now, do you announce that ahead of time or do you just do it? You just go live?
Just go.
Yeah.
Sometimes they miss the live and they just ask me how to do it. So I give them
The video.
the link of the video, and also you should put notification.
Yeah, if you push the
see
notification,
first,
yeah.
and
Then they'll be notified anytime you go live.
ค่ะ thank you so much for watching our video นะคะ love you all นะคะ รักทุกคนเลยค่ะ บ๊ายบาย สวัสดีค่ะ